Alright guys, welcome back. I wanted to show this to you. This is kind of saying we was kind of done with small engine stuff, but I came across a deal I couldn't pass up because this thing runs great like I'm hoping it will. This will actually be a tool for the K5. It will be kept in the back when from where on the trails in case we got to cut down any anything that's in the way tree wise, fallen limb across the trail, or if we're camping and need to cut firewood, or what have you, anything that has to do with wood that needs cut when we're camping or four-wheeling. This thing runs good. It's what it'll be for. The K20, I have my Craftsman I got to tune up. It's I done a video on it. That was a couple years ago, and so it'll be for the K20 once we get it squared away. But we'll take a look at this. I found a guy half an hour from me that had this saw. It was on Marketplace, and he had it on there for $25, and said it was last time this saw was started in his ad, he said was 25 years ago. And so for $25, speaking of the pictures, this thing looked great. Had a case, which I needed because I wanted whatever was in the back of the K5, I wanted it in a case. And the picture, it looked really good. And when I got there, I was really surprised. So what it is a McCulloch Mac110. This thing, it's unreal. So we got the case, and it's just a little bit dirty on the inside, but structure wise, this thing, the hinge, everything, this case is still like new condition. So we'll get this out of the way. Now this saw is from 1979, and he bought it. Originally, he used to live in Texas. He bought it brand new in Texas. And when he bought it, he went ahead and bought the extra. It's got a 16-inch bar on it. He bought this bar, is still brand new. It's, I believe it was a 10-inch is what he was saying. So I believe this is a 10-inch bar. Never been used. He had a brand new chain for it, but in the process of moving, he lost the chain to it. And he gave me a spare 16-inch chain to go with it. And he hasn't had it started, well, he was saying 25 years, and I got a hold of him, and because I couldn't believe it, 25 bucks. I mean, these saws aren't cheap. And got a hold of him, and this guy was super nice. And he held on to it because it was on a Sunday evening. And he held on to it for me until he wasn't available until Tuesday, so he held on to it, and I got off work on Tuesday, hauled butt straight to his house and picked it up, and got there and was talking to him. He said it's actually been more like 30 years or so, 30 maybe a little more, since he's actually had this thing started. He said he lived in Texas, cut down some small saplings with it, and never used it after that. Brought it from Texas to Ohio, stuck it down in the basement, and hasn't been used since. And the only thing I done with it when we was at his house out in the garage looking at it, just pulled the cord to make sure it turned over, and it turned over like it was brand new. And I checked it out some. This thing is like new. It's in like pristine condition. I couldn't believe it. It still has every sticker that it came on from McCulloch is still on it. I mean, it still even has the original manufacturer. The sticker has the complete date from 1979 from when it was purchased. It has everything on it. I mean, every screw on this thing, it's like this thing has never been touched. It's just a little dirty here and there. A few scratches here and there, stuff like that, no big deal. Still even has the sticker on the bottom with the original model number, serial number. You can almost still make out McCulloch on the bar. It's super, super nice. It was stored with no bar oil in it, no fuel oil in it. And so when he originally bought it, the only thing he ran in it was the 110 fuel mixed with the McCulloch 2-cycle fuel or 2-cycle oil, which is what it was called, what it called for when he bought it. And they ran it, I believe he said it was like 40-to-1 in it. So, of course, that leaded fuel, it's going to be hard to come by right now. I mean, you can buy additives, but I got online, done some research on it, found some guys that were like big McCulloch collectors, and started talking to them about it. And they said with these old ones, even from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s on up, said that you don't have to worry about running that kind of fuel in it. So you can run just standard unleaded fuel in it, but you want to run a good, since you're running the unleaded fuel, you run a good name brand synthetic 2-cycle oil mix in it, and so it should be just fine. So you can either run them 32-to-1 or 40-to-1. So the one guy, he's got like 100 McCullochs. These pictures he had was crazy, all the way from little saws like this up to 2-man saws. And he said he runs all of his big ones, he runs 50-to-1, but the smaller ones he runs 40-to-1. He's never had a problem out of any of them. So that's what I'll do with this. I'm just getting off work, so I haven't had a chance to go to the store yet. But I'm going to go to the store and get some full synthetic 2-cycle mix for it, some fresh gas, and we'll mix it up, put it at 40-to-1, get it in it, and pick up some chain bar oil, and see how she does, man. I mean, this thing is crazy clean. I could not believe this for 25 bucks. He was telling me he had people just sending him all kinds of messages trying to come over and get it, but it was like real late. It was like 10:30, 11 when I contacted him, and I didn't expect to hear back until the next day. But he was like right on it. He messaged me right back. But this saw, I'm amazed of how clean it is. And the purpose for this will be, as long as everything runs good, and he said it ran fine last time he used it, is, like I was saying, putting it back to K5 for when we're out 4-wheeling. So, since the case is still, I mean, it's amazing. The case is like brand new. But you can see, get you guys up here to check it out some before we mess with it. I'm just super stoked of how clean this thing is. So it's older, but this thing is like practically new. You got your high and your low, your idle. There's your choke, your oiler. I mean, it's everything. You lock your throttle. That's the whole the whole deal. Well, I mean, everything, even down to the screws. It's for the chain, all that, everything is just, this thing is just amazingly clean. And so, but I will check the air filter out on it, see what we got air filter wise. And before we start it, I'll pull the plugs here in the back. If you guys can see, I don't have a lot of light down here, so, but the plug's in the back, so I'll yank the plug, check the plug out, and see how it looks. Possibly throw a new plug in it, and just because it's so old, and the plug might still be good, who knows? But I'll figure out what it takes and put one in it. But this thing, I mean, even the sticker, I mean, it's not even starting to peel anywhere. That's the one right there, the manufacturer sticker from when it was made. I mean, the whole deal. This thing is just amazingly clean. I mean, even inside, you guys probably can't see down in there, but even inside the jugs, I mean, it's spotless. It's like it was, of course, granted, he did say he didn't use it much. And same way. Not much down in there at all. I mean, both of them's empty. Just a little bit of this and that around the lip, but that is it. So hopefully we don't run into a lot of problems with it. Shouldn't, 'cause this thing, man, I'm amazed at how clean it is. It's definitely an awesome purchase. I mean, even if it needs like a carb or a coil or something, you can't beat that for one of these. And it came with an extra chain and smaller bar. Of course, smaller bar probably never get used, but we'll I'll get some gas and stuff, and we'll check her out, man. Make sure she runs good, which it should, because she's pretty much spotless. So we'll get some fuel in it, take a look, and hopefully she fires right up. I'll try to find a couple logs somewhere, and we'll fire it up and see how it cuts. Alright, I'll have to get the fuel and the mix, and we'll get everything mixed up, and then we'll get her fired up. Alright, so far, the air filter is definitely a little crusty. No big deal. You can still get them. Let's get some more light. It's definitely clogged. Well, practically clogged. I held it up to the light, and you could barely see any light through it. So, air filter will definitely be in the near future, unless there's that little brush. Cleaner one. Let me try this. See if maybe this knocks some off. It helps a little bit, but since we got such a good deal on it, it's, to me it's worth probably just clean this one up and just toss it in there with it, and just go ahead for a spare. We'll just buy a new one and throw on it. No sense in, but I'll get it cleaned up the best I can. I don't know, being this old, I don't know if you can find one at like say Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere like that. I don't know if they'd have something like this in stock, so I'll have to get online and look. But yeah, so we'll get a new air filter for it. I'll clean this one up the best I can, and put it in a little Ziploc bag or something, and keep it for a spare, in case we're ever out and actually managed to plug a new filter up. It's got a little bit of, get you here where you can see, a little bit of stuff up and around the carb. It's like it was sucking in, to me anyway, it looks like it's not down in the carb, it's like I'm sure it was pulling some in. It's just like right at the edge of the carburetor, of the lip. You can see it there. I'm sure, yeah, you can definitely see it. Up around, all the way around the lip, up here, so I'm sure it was probably pulling some in, a little here, a little there. Hope that didn't affect anything. So we'll get all that off of it. It's not terribly bad. And it's definitely not complaining. Don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. Because it was a heck of a deal for 25 bucks. I mean, that stuff is just, I mean, it's like it's new. So I'm definitely not complaining about that. And so I'll get all that cleaned off. Get online. Try to hunt one down. Get all the dust out of here, out of the plastic cap. And get the plug out. I gotta find my regular standard spark plug sockets too thick to get that plug out. So I have to find my, you need the little tool, I think it's a spark plug tool that comes with like lawnmowers, weed eaters, chainsaws. It's got the little rod that slides to it. That's what you got to have to get this one out, because there's like a super tight fit around it, and the standard spark plug socket's too thick to slide through the plastic. So I have to get one of those too. I had one somewhere, but It's been so long since I've used that thing, I don't have a clue where it's at. So I have to pick one of them up also. If I can get some of this off without getting it down in the carb. But man, I can't wait to get this thing outside and see how she does. Which probably I'll spend time getting a lot of this cleaned up, and because I want to be able to take it out and we'll try to start it up. Today is Thursday, and by the time I get home from work it's always dark out, so I'll probably wait until I'll go to the store and pick up everything we need to get it running, and wait till like Saturday morning or something so we can get it out in the daylight and check it out. See how she does. It's nerve-wracking. I'm going to end up picking up a set of shop lights to put out in the shed. So when we're outside, there we go. When we're outside messing with stuff and it's dark out, I can crank them up so you guys aren't stuck trying to look at something I'm doing and it's dark out. It's annoying. It annoys me because it's, you know, I go through and watch the video before I post it, and it's annoying to me to sit there and see it. You know, it's dark, and but granted, you know, we don't. It's not like we have a actual shop to where we can work on stuff. It's just a bored old man down in his basement trying to get stuff together. But we'll get all that cleaned up, and we'll go from there. Because I probably won't be able to make it to the store until tomorrow after work. So instead of sitting here boring you guys to death trying to clean this out, I'll pick the stuff up tomorrow, try to hunt that filter down, and get some fuel and some 2-cycle. Go to town on it. Hopefully we can get something to work. I'm hoping it works. It's just what I was needing for that K5 to keep in the back. So this thing will be the perfect tool to have in the pack of that K5. So I'll swing by tomorrow. Probably Home Depot's on the way home, so I'll swing by Home Depot and see what they got, and then we'll pick it up from there. Alright, here we go. Finally stopped. I got the chain oil put in, fuel mix. I went ahead and got the, I done some research online, and they said it's just get some good synthetic 2-cycle and fresh gas, throw in it, and so it's actually hard to tell with how long it's been sitting if the carburetor is going to need any work, and so hopefully it'll run. I'm trying to make it quick because it's keeps raining off and on, water falling out of the trees. But we got fresh gas in it, some synthetic 2-cycle in it, bar oil. Hopefully it'll run. I have no clue how sharp the saw is. Looked all over the place for a new air filter. Nobody has anything in stock, so I have to order it online. There's a couple of Amazon, eBay. There's a lot of places online that have it. The spark plug, I never did mess with it, so it still has the original plug in it. And the air filter wasn't too bad. I found one of them was on, I think it was eBay. It was like 2 filters, and then a new gasket. When because I was looking for a gasket, since that one had a couple spots where it was turned up. It was like $12 and some odd cents shipped. So we'll see. So let's see what happens. They're saying these have no primer. It's a 79 model. So the choke's on, I think. Yeah, now the choke's on. So let's see what happens. Make sure you guys can see this thing. I'm hoping. God, I hope. Whoa! Maybe not. Damn. Should have the boy out here doing this, 'cause my shoulder's being bad. I can't hold on to it. Come on. Well, well, well. Alright. Have to figure something else out before I pull something loose. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, as much as I hate to do it with a nice saw, I'm going to have to hit it with some ether just to see if we got any spark. I hope. At least it was only 25 bucks. Man, this thing's such a nice saw. Try that. Yep, she's on. Yeah, okay. Let's try her again. You want to see something really stupid? From where I was messing with the plug, trying to find a socket to set it. This is why you do not rush. Look at this. I forgot to put the plug wire back on. Ain't no wonder it ain't starting. Dude. Alright, now let's try. Come on. We ain't getting anywhere, man. I was hoping there'd be a miracle on this thing. Just, you know, throw the gas in it, choke it, and it'd start. But no, can't have that. Come on. I don't remember what kind of carburetor. I was reading online and they were saying what kind of carbs these were. They said they are a pain plunger carb or something like that. They said they're a pain in the butt to work on if you have to work on them. Instead of being like a usual carb, you can have it, take it off, throw it on. Apparently these are a handful. Uh-oh, she's firing. Oh, hallelujah. Ooh. Freaking hands are covered in oil. Come on, baby. Well, I know it's firing. At least off the ether at the start. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. All right. Try it again. Looks like the recoil is screwing up a little bit. Whew. Good Lord. Blowing the years of setting out of it. Oh my god, that sucker's loud. But yeah, so I have to adjust the little recoil for the string. Figure out what's up with that. I tell you, for this thing sitting so long, she runs good, man. So I was telling you. Now, it did kick out all that. I don't know if you can see it. So much glare in this camera, I can't even see it. But all that black right there, that all came flying out of the exhaust. Once it quit puking whatever that is, then the smoke cleared up pretty good. So had me worried for a second. I was thinking maybe the rings were having an issue, but man, she runs good. 25 bucks. Thing's like brand new. The case is like brand new. 16-inch bar, spare 16-inch chain. Still has the original 10-inch bar that came with it from the factory, which I don't have a chain for it, so I'm not really too worried about it. But when she's dirty now, that stuff, man, it's whatever that black stuff is, just drenched the side of the case. No big deal. I'm sure it'll wipe off. It'll see worse. So I'm saying this is for the K5. Be putting this case. I drain the fuel and stuff back out of it and keep a small cans 2-cycle with me. And so when we're out on the trails, if we need to cut firewood or tree laying in the way that needs cut up and moved, this is what this will be for. It's the whole purpose of buying it. So yeah, not bad. 25 bucks. I'm surprised. I need to get this back on before. So it keeps trying and trying and trying to rain. And so I don't know. You guys have to tell me. Here's that gasket. Apparently, suppose it just comes right out. And put your new filter, regasket your new filter and everything right on her. No big deal. Put this back on so nothing gets lost. But you guys have to tell me what you think. Was it worth the 25 bucks? I read a lot of stuff online that so I was glad it ran, because I read a lot online that was saying these saws, even though it's a McCulloch, that if they don't run, that this saw ain't worth 15 bucks. So, man, I'm glad it ran. Which, you know, I'm not the, definitely not the chainsaw professional. But, it seems to be a great saw to me, so I guess it's, oh, the oiler's working too. If you guys can see it, the oiler's running down the blade. I was pumping the crap out of it, got it going, so the oiler's working. So I'm saying I'm not the pro chainsaw technician, but 25 bucks, man. Old school McCulloch with a like new case, extra chain, shorter bar that's brand new. I think it was a good deal. It's like half an hour there, half an hour back. And I don't know. I don't personally think I got hurt on it. And it will definitely serve its purpose for what we're doing. And so it's got to get the old Craftsman back out, get it tuned up once we get the K20 situated. So with that, I won't hold you guys up anymore. It runs actually really good. So now I'm going to have to figure out what's going on there. I'm sure it's probably something simple. It's just a couple screws that hold it on. Recoils are pretty basic. So yeah, for this thing not being started in 30, well, he said 25 years, but when I got talking to him, it was like 30 years at least without being started, just sitting in his case in the basement. 25 bucks, and I think it was a steal. So Randy, the guy that sold it to me, thank you very much, man. I appreciate the good deal. I'll definitely send you a message to let you know she still runs great. Seems cut pretty good. I mean, cut straight through that 2x4 is no problem. So I'll sharpen up the other blade and just throw in with it, and we'll go from there, man. We'll get her stored in the truck. Well, actually, I'll keep it in the basement until the truck's ready to go, and then it'll go in the truck. But that'll do it, guys. Thank you for watching. And I believe they said online this is a, he didn't, I can't remember if he told me or not, but I believe they said it's like a 32cc 16-inch bar, 79 model Mac110. I love it. Runs good. Cut that 2x4 pretty good. Just get this figured out, and it's ready to rock and roll, man. I will get a new plug, a new air filter for it though. I just gotta order it. Well, the plug I should be able to get from about anywhere, but the air filter I gotta order. So with that, I'll let you guys go. So hopefully here soon, I know I keep saying it, we'll have videos of one of these trucks or this car getting the shift solenoid sensors put in it. Preferably the truck. That K20 sitting here and I'm having some problems with keeping the tires aired up. Now I got 2 of them that's flat, so probably looking at getting maybe a set of tubes for it. And with that, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. Remember, we're trying to get the channel to grow, so please subscribe, share, everything that goes on with that. And thank you so much for watching.